Welcome to Los Calbitos. Thank you for joining us. Please remember to like, subscribe, and comment. Now, Mandy, how are you?
It's been a while, man.
It has
been
been
a while since we've done this.
It has. We're
still alive.
It's been a minute. Except for the last 20 minutes that we had to erase because Buddy didn't get the sound.
Yeah, well.
Anyways, it's been a minute.
It has been.
Miss you, bro.
Been 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's been 20 minutes.
And you're still alive.
And I'm still alive.
Jesus.
I
thought your wife would have killed you by now.
Me too. I'm surprised I didn't get shanked last night. Well, 2 nights ago. Yeah. Nonetheless, that's for another day.
Yeah, that is. That's for another podcast. Or video.
Well,
or channel.
Cheers to 2023. This is actually our first go-around, 2023.
First of many.
First of many, yeah. Well, we're still at it.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's get into it.
We're still at it.
What's changed?
What's changed? Our physiques have changed.
Well, we're both still here. You know what?
I mean,
a couple of things are normal. We've normalized a couple of things, but we're still working at it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Well, you want to tell us where you are today?
Well, okay. So, last time we did these videos, I think I was roughly at about 175, 180 in that range. Currently, I'm 200 pounds. So, obviously, I've changed. My diet, my cardio, all of that has suffered in a sense. Yeah. But life happens. I'm a 42-year-old with 2 kids, a beautiful wife.
Yeah. A demanding job.
But
construction sites all day.
Just life itself is demanding. So something is going to have to give and take, which I'm okay with. I do have to get back to that same dedication. Maybe not the same level of dedication, but nonetheless, dedication.
You're also much more stronger.
I am. Okay, yes. Yeah. We have gotten stronger. We're lifting what I would consider to be a lot heavier for me. I mean, once we got to 225 in reps and sets, I thought that was like big. We're doing 245. You did 275 for reps the other day.
Yeah. I remember that. I remember that 225, that psychological barrier where we'd warm up at 135, go to 155, and then we're at 185, and then you're at 205, and you're wondering, wow, I'm kind of gassed.
Yeah.
I'm kind of gassed. When are we going to get to 225? And we just kind of worked our way up. And again, it's warming up is important. Don't think you're going to lift 225 without a proper warm up. You guys have to warm up. And but we found a way to constantly challenge ourselves. And again, now 225, 245. That's the norm. That's the norm for us.
It is. And getting there, we have learned our bodies. Ladies and gentlemen, please know your bodies. Know where you are. Know where you want to be. And not every day is going to be the same. So that's why I say know your body. Because there's going to be days where, 1, you don't have it. 2, your body doesn't have it. You might be there mentally, but your body's just going to be like, yo, I'm done. Like, this isn't happening. And you still have to push through it. But when your body's telling you it needs rest, pay attention. When your body's telling you this might be a little bit too heavy, pay attention. Yeah. Not just we did have an incident recently, which came into the gym and warmed up very briefly, but then tried to do 225 on incline. Yeah. Okay, I should have known my body, and I should have said, tone it down a little bit. We'll get there. Let's see what we do. I didn't, just because you had already done your sets. I was late. Yeah. But you were pushing it, and you were like, yo, let's go. Get in there. Yeah. Just to man up to you, went up, did it, felt the tweak in my shoulder. I've had reconstructive surgery on both shoulders. It was a bad idea on my part, and for what? To make this guy...
Yeah, it's not a competition.
It's not a competition. It's not. So, know your body. Ego lift when appropriate.
If ever.
But
you really hurt yourself.
Sometimes when you got a spa, you just want to see what's going on.
Yep.
Fair point. There's a time for it.
Fair point.
And you push yourself at that. Yeah. Again, it's not to see. I'm not saying do the 1 max rep and just see so I can be like, oh my god, I bench press 445
and make a lot of noise and
yeah. No, But if you were trying to see what you can do for reps, and considering where we were, you pulled off 275 for reps.
Yeah.
Good job. Yeah. You know, I wasn't going to tell you to do it. So,
and you know, you bring up an important point about who you're training with. If you are training with someone, sometimes your views might not be in line, and unfortunately, sometimes training partners just kind of fall by the wayside, or you find the way like, look, I'm training for this, and you're training for that. Can we find some way to bridge that gap? And you incorporate some of the principles that one person is trying to incorporate with the principles of the other person, and you could have a great workout, and you could still grow and push yourselves and meet and exceed those goals that you've set for yourself. So, you know, it's important, especially to take sometimes a different perspective on things from other people, especially if they're lifting with you, if they know you, if they see you day in or day out, as opposed to something you read on the internet or in a magazine where these are very great ideas, but they're also very generalized, and they may or may not apply to you.
Well, I think what you're saying is right on point. Yep. Specifically, when, like us, we've been working out together for the last 3 years, nonstop, together. Yeah. So it's great because, yes, our schedules, we've made it a point to go. Doesn't mean that everything is aligned the same way. Like, you may have things that you want to do, and again, just as far as what your goals are, that can change. Like, we're not married to each other as far as what the goals are. The goal is to just get there and be there and make sure that we have that support where, I want to do this today. I want to do that today. So if the longer you work out, the more chances are where you guys might deviate as far as what your expectations are, or what your aspirations are. But that's where, if you got a good training partner, it doesn't matter. You go in there, and the day you want to do heavy, you do heavy. It takes 30 seconds to re-rack the weights, take all that shit off, and put on whatever it is that I'm going to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there's no reason why you cannot accommodate two different lifting styles or workout styles and still get a good workout in and do what you want, you know?
No, and one of the advantage, I think probably a big advantage sometimes now is when I feel like things are becoming a bit of a routine, or I feel like, Gabriel's got something left to give and take. There's certain training principles and concepts that I will introduce to him at a moment's notice that he's not even psychologically prepared for, whether it's negatives or forced reps or a drop set, or hey, let's do 100 reps of a certain exercise. He didn't go to the gym that morning planning to do 100 reps of a certain exercise, and I've been challenging him, and he could either rise up to the challenge or he can just fall away. I leave the decision up to him. 99, if not 100% of the times, because I don't recall a time where he hasn't accepted the challenge, he rises up and he challenges himself. And again, you don't know. You may think you're challenging yourself, and then someone just throws a curveball at you, and you realize, holy crap, I was not challenging myself at all.
Yeah,
this workout just got that much better.
Yeah, and sometimes it's going heavier, sometimes it's going lighter and more reps, and sometimes it's different.
I can't. Yeah,
in the pecs, the pec deck. Full range of motion is one thing. Once you get the full range of motion, but then those quick sets that we do in between. Yeah. Sometimes by the time I'm done, my chest feels. It feels like it's up.
Hey, watch out now. No, case in point, this morning, we're working out back. We're on a lat machine, pull down machine. I put my hands on your lats, like, see, this is what you should feel that's working. Yeah. This is what you should feel.
And you had me invert the grip and do different things.
Yeah, but this is what you should feel. And it's different. Right. It's a very different, when someone, points something out, like, hey, wow, I didn't realize that was there, or I knew it was there all along, but absolutely, that's exactly what I feel.
Oh, and something that we mentioned as well. You guys, there's a ton of different influencers, of workout gurus, all that stuff online. This isn't something to disparage any of them. Watch all the ones that you can. See which one fits your style. A lot of these guys the majority of them, they don't have to be these experts or doctors or anything of that nature. A lot of these guys have valid information. Sometimes it's redundant and they recycle a bunch of stuff, but nonetheless, they're giving you bits and pieces of information that you can take and make your own. And if it engages your muscles, if it engages your mind, and you feel like you're getting something out of it, more power to you. Yeah. More power to you. But in time, just learn your body, and
I might be naive in this thinking, but I really I choose to believe that 99% of the information that you find on the internet or from influencers, they it's for a positive, it's for a benefit. I don't know of an influencer that really wants to see someone get hurt. If they do, is it possible? Of course it is. Yeah. I just choose to, again, maybe it's just me being naive. I just choose to believe that, people want to see other people do their best and succeed.
Okay. Well, come on, Uncle Iro. Yeah. So there's instances where, I guess, just playing devil's advocate there, I do see some people giving some exercises where if you're in the gym long enough, you understand, there's a high risk of injury. Just because of the positioning of the feet and this, maybe it is hitting that target muscle, maybe a little more. But for the common person that is watching those videos, that might be a little much. Yeah. But this is the counter argument to that. You got the CrossFits, you got all that stuff right now, where if you just catch the glimpses of the reels and the TikToks and all that stuff, and you just see the clean and jerking and all those weird exercises that they do, they're all running a really high risk of serious injury because of that exercise. And these are sometimes it's people who are starting amateurs isn't even the word. Like sometimes these people are just getting into the gym just to get that burn and get that workout, and then they're being taught to do these certain exercises, which they may have a payout. I don't know, because I never actually do any of those. I can't because I get injured. So sure. that's why we had the conversation prior about knowing your body. Why? Because I get injured. It's not even my age. I've had a plague of injuries from my knees.
Climb trees.
And then I get sniped out of them. My wife has nothing to do with that, by the way.
Never.
Ever.
Never. Or when you kicked the dresser. Or when you got caught masturbating and you threw your shoulder out and you said it was a judo injury. But he's a junior Olympian judo champion, so he knows how to fall. But first lesson in 15 years, and he hurts his shoulder.
I think that was the saddest one.
And he has to do it with a straight face.
I made it.
He tries to do it.
I made it 15 minutes into the judo session. I had just gotten past the warm-ups. All I did, the first... The first actual exercise blew out my shoulder.
If you ever see us in person, let me tell you what really happened. We can't do it for YouTube.
He's on the wife's payroll, man. Like I said,
the problem is that I know the truth. You know that I know the truth. And again, if you see us out ever in public, I will tell you the truth.
I'm sure you will, because it's whatever she told you to say.
It's whatever I know that actually happened.
Oh, okay.
Come on, brother. I've known you for a long time.
Again, I like to climb trees.
Let me tell you what happened. Alrighty then.
So, I get injured. You got to make sure that when you go into the gym, just research your exercises, research what you can do, and if you're going to do some crazy exercises, do them really, really lightweight just to get the feel for it and the vibe before you end up hurting yourselves. Like, that's all I can say. But if it suits you, hey, have at it. I've seen a ton of people who have made insane progress.
Yeah. There's, you may or may not know by this flawless physique. I've been following the sport of bodybuilding for a long time, and you can follow certain individuals that mean really well, and you see them performing certain exercises, and you think, oh my goodness, I'm going to incorporate that exercise into my routine. There's a problem with that. That bodybuilder is probably already top 1%.
Yep.
Of his physical limitations, and he's a professional. Mm-hmm. And he's doing things at an angle because he has built up every surrounding muscle to the point that he needs to bring up said muscle that you as a normal person will never, ever, ever, ever have to recruit. And so they're doing things at an angle because they know what they're doing. And you think, my goodness, let me incorporate that into my workout.
Yeah.
That's at that point, you need to really take a step back and realize, okay, is this what I really need? It's a great idea. It looks great. It's challenging. But you may not need to do that.
And again, err on the side of caution. And if you are going to delve into that kind of experimentation, I guess, do it at lightweight, very lightweight, just so you can get the feel for it. You can understand the movement, and then
we have there's a gentleman, a very kind, polite gentleman that works out at the same gym that we do, and he comes up with these exercises, and they're very creative. They look great, but his physique is not of a professional bodybuilder, and his physique has not changed for as long as we've been working out in that gym.
At that gym 2 years?
Yeah. And again, these are they look very cool, and they look very challenging, but I don't know what he's getting out of them. I don't see a change. Who I'm talking about. Yeah. So, I don't know.
Yeah. No, it makes a good point.
Yeah.
Makes a good point. Again, you have to find something that will recruit certain muscles and engage your body, but make sure it's actually doing those things, not just because it looks cool, because it feels cool. Again, you saw it on TikTok or whatever the case might be. Make sure it's actually doing what it's supposed to be doing for you.
Great point.
Yep.
Okay, so I peed myself, bro. I'm sorry. You can't...
Wouldn't it be the first time? Welcome back to your televised...
Yeah, I just had an accident. There was smoke. There was fire.
A lot of leaking.
And you weren't masturbating.
Bodily fluid? No.
It was actually...
shocking, right?
Yeah, well... Weird. Don't tell your wife.
How else you get these forearms?
Yeah.
You can't see them, but very, 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 very vascular.
Interesting point. You have gotten compliments about your appearance. Even now, even with all of the weight that you've lost, and you kind of your weight going up and down, people look at you and they see the veins and they think, "Holy fuck, you're vascular."
Yeah. No, because the problem was when I got down, I didn't look bad. I thought I looked good.
Yeah.
But I looked more emaciated than I did.
Yeah.
Which, okay, we were just briefly discussing prior to coming back.
Yeah.
Goals.
Yeah.
Goals. 90-day goals.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to get to about 185. Yeah. But I have to do it consciously so that I don't give up the size, I don't give up the strength, and I don't look as... emaciated is a little much, but still, it does... I don't look as good as I should, as I think I do, when I get down below that. You know? What are your goals for 90 days?
Oh, well, can't stress this enough. Your cardiovascular health is very important. Now, you're out on construction sites, not every day, all day, but you're active. You're much more active than I am. I tend to, I work from home. I run my own business. So, I'm not being forced to climb up and down, 40 or 50 flights of stairs every day. So I've got to force myself to be active in some capacity. So I need to increase my cardiovascular endurance, and at the same time, honestly, I'd like to, see how strong I can get. Okay. How much can I bench? How much can I really, and not, for 1 or 2 reps, but consistently for that 6 to 8 rep range. So we'll see what happens.
Cool. Okay. So you getting stronger, again, not for 1 rep maxes, but for actual reps, and improving not just your cardiovascular health, but actually getting the cardio in, because again, it's
a great point.
It helps everything else in that fashion, and it actually helps your muscles grow too.
Yeah.
You need some cardio for your muscles,
sure,
or so I've heard.
Yeah. No, listen, it's no fun, being strong to lift a certain amount of weight and being out of breath.
Yeah.
4 or 5 reps in. So please don't neglect your cardiovascular health. It stinks doing cardio. I hate cardio. I can't tell you how many stairs or how many miles I've ever been on a treadmill, because I think I'll crawl into a fetal position and cry if I have to know all of the stairs that I've ever climbed. You know, but you know, that being said, it's a very important part of your health. So please don't neglect it, and look after yourself. And again, it doesn't have to be a lot. There's a lot of different, you know, reports or theories out there of how much to do. Start small. Yeah. 15 to 20 minutes a session, you know, 3 times a week, and you build up and you build it into your routine, and you know, before you know it, you keep, you know, you keep pushing yourself. There are some studies that say once you get to 60 minutes a session, you can actually be damaging your heart. But again, know yourself, or get yourself tested, or go to a cardiologist. And it's much more important to stay active than not be active.
Yeah, and you know, I think this brings us full circle into the sense of where it's not something you need to do for, again, like he said, hours at a time, or anything where you're really pushing your body to a point where it's not going to be able to handle the stress you're putting it under. But dedicate yourself to actually getting it done. The same way when we get to the gym, it's not always a good day. It's not always a strong day. It's not always a high rep day. It's not. Some days suck. Some days really suck. But us pushing each other just to make sure that we're there that day, holding ourselves accountable, and getting the best possible workout for those crappy days is still an accomplishment, in my view. Yeah. Because again, it's better than not going in at all.
Yeah.
So just getting the cardio in is the same way as waking up, as inconvenient as it is to wake up on a short night and get to the gym, do what you got to do, be out, and be happy with yourself in the sense of where you're at work knowing, man, before anybody has taken their head off the pillow, I've already done and accomplished all of this stuff. The rest is icing on the cake, you know? So, again, Mandy, cheers. Cheers. Thank you for joining us. Remember, like, subscribe, comment, and los Calbitos. We'll catch you soon. Have a good one.